I need to like something. I wouldn't get them done.
You just can't get on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Done it, like, same. I wouldn't know how to get home.
I'm gonna say.
Like, I know how to get from Fairfax out to something. I don't know what highway, I wanna say 57. I wanna say 57, but I'm not sure. But I know, like, I know coming here, just because I remember from this morning, I go from like the 805 and it turns into the 5, and then we get on the 57 and then the 10.
I don't think
And
there's
then
an
we
805. There's no 805, right?
805 is in San Diego.
Oh, okay, 805.
So that's coming here, but it sends me on the inland route when I go home. And so that's a different, I think it's like the 91.
We were
Going south?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of the 5, I've heard of the 4 and 5, but I don't know which one.
115, right? 115.
Yeah, 91 to the 15. I think that's the one that sends me, and then it sends me to the 15, and then I get on like the 805 and go. So, yeah. I feel you. I don't know what I would do without my GPS. When I moved to San Diego, it was really bad, because I was using GPS to get to like Home Depot. Let's go.
What?
Or the middle, it's legal.
Oh, okay, let's, let me start the class here first, and then we'll, yeah. All right, so I don't think Chris is here yet, but it looks like everybody else.
Said he might be late. He was dropping his laptop at the
Gotcha,
train
all right,
station.
cool. Okay, yeah. Okay, so welcome back. Okay, we're recording, and let's see. What are we doing today? So let me just, let's, all right. Okay, so the research project items, a couple things are due today. So the CAPM and trend line was due last week, and it's okay. These are not, these parts in the discussion, not really hard deadlines. I just kind of wanted you to keep going on your project so you don't have to do it all at the last minute. So I'd recommend turning it in by the due dates, but if you need a few more days, the only thing that really matters is the finals parts of it. So anyways, the deadlines, the tentative deadlines for the project were the CAPM and trendline analysis due last week, and then the forecasting stuff in RStudio due today. And then I believe the final paper is due next week, and then the PowerPoint is due in 2 weeks. So then I have some other things in addition, but everything now is posted, and you have all the things you have to do before the deadline, and then we can kind of talk about it as such. But let's revisit the project real quick. So under week 12, research project with steps. Okay, so here were the deadlines I put in. And again, if you've missed a deadline or two, not really going to be a big deal, but you will need to turn these things in eventually and try to keep up so it's not a whole lot of work at last minute. But the first part, trendline CAPM, was due last week, May 4th. The simple forecasting and the trend seasonal dummy analysis was meant to be due today. Try to post that if you haven't already. The final research paper I had due next week. So that's probably the bulk of the exercise. And then I had just the PowerPoint part due our last day of class, May 25th. And what we'll do the last day is I'm going to have presentations be optional, not part of your grade. You do have to do the PowerPoint, so that's a requirement, but you're not required to present. But like I've mentioned a few times, I would recommend it because it's good practice. It's not going to affect your grade. And that way you can kind of be loose about it. And you will have to do presentations going forward, so it could be good practice to, try to present what you got, but you did? Great. So, okay. What's so funny?
You get called it, we got last call. What did you say?
What? Are you okay?
We got scolded.
Scolded?
Last was scolding and.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's guy.
No, it was, yeah, we had one today, which, whatever reason, wasn't that much different than the other examples or other presentations we've done.
Okay, well,
Providing feedback today.
after the presentation, that's what, okay, well, that's even more reason to do the presentation here, because, I'll be a lot nicer about it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm channeling my daughter. If we do the presentation, do we get extra credit?
No, there's no extra credit, because that would technically mean that it counts for points, and then you'd, indirectly be penalized for not doing it. But, right? Yeah, so that would, no, you won't get extra points. And like I said, it's optional, but
We have a 18 quiz class. And we have the quiz student, we come to class all the time. Can't you give us a good night sleep?
what do you want? Or what do you,
Noble, there's no extra credit.
yeah,
Read, food.
oh, food,
You bring us all those.
Just kidding.
okay,
There's not food over here.
yeah, okay,
You use last class to have fun.
okay,
Not sell.
this is the fun, the presentations, yeah, the presentations.
You talk to everyone.
Well, we'll see what we can, arrange. What do you want, like pizza or,
No money.
okay, okay, so that's,
No, that's making fun of me. These two.
No, we are not.
They are laughing.
I started it by asking for extra credit, so, next.
next, yeah, okay. So these are the items for the project. We've covered up to step 4, 5. We went up to step 6 when we did the table last week. And then all you have to do after you do the analysis is write about it a little bit in the paper, prepare a little PowerPoint, and then optional up to you. You can present it the last week, either remotely or here. We won't have a lot to do last week, so if we don't have a lot of presentations, then won't be. Hopefully we get some, so we can get.
With the project, the last two portions of it are.
Yes, so yeah, these two things that you've done thus far, you're gonna incorporate those into the paper and the PowerPoint, right? Yeah, okay. So keep an eye on those, we're winding down, but, I know that there's some students that are a bit behind in the analysis, not a big deal, but there are only 2 or 3 weeks left. How many, 3 weeks left including today?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah, if we count from today, 2 weeks, right? Yeah. So just keep an eye. I know you have other classes, but yeah. So if you need help on the analysis, let me know. I already had some office hours by request, so you're welcome to schedule those if you need one-on-one help with.
The analysis is the one is the what you found on our graph. We describe what we found. Whether
Yes, you got it. Yeah. Okay. So any questions? I pretty much covered all the analysis. So you should be able to do the analysis. Again, if you need help, you can ask for office hours, and I can help you on a one-on-one. That's,
Whatever you, what you got.
but anyway, any questions right now on the project? research project? No? Okay. And you're welcome to ask me later, but so keep an eye that, so really, these things that you've done up to this point, if you're on schedule, will be incorporated into your paper. So the paper is gonna have a lot of graphs and tables, and so that counts as part of the pages, okay? All right. Yeah, okay, and we'll see. Actually, now that I think of it, I could, well, either way, I think if you don't wanna present your, if you don't wanna do it, then I can at least show some of them anyways.
No, I mean, schemes, you can, you can do it.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
I will say, I will probably be presenting
Yeah,
a different.
it's good practice. Yeah, yeah,
I'll present too if they present it. That's my dog.
okay, great, thank you. Okay, so let's move on from the other things that are due. So I posted also this morning, because I wanted to get everything out there so you have time to do it, hopefully. The last homework, homework 5, and also the final. So you have 3 things to finish in 2 weeks. I think the most timely thing would be the project, so that would take most of your time. And the homework 5 and the final shouldn't take you too long. I mean, I'm thinking like, couple hours for each. So,
Homework, final exam and homework file is same.
the final's a little bit longer, but it's not, I wouldn't think it's like a homework, but a little bit longer. Actually, probably, I think some of the homeworks were actually longer, so it's one big problem. Homework 5 is also one big problem that is supposed to prep you for the final, and we'll go through that today so you can have practice. Okay? So let me just revisit or pop up these things here. So homework 5 is the last homework. So there's 5 homeworks, they're all 7 points. This is the last one. So if I were to pull this up, homework 5, there's 2 versions. One's a Word, one's a PDF. Okay, and this is what I plan to go through today, so we'll go through this together. But oops, dismiss. Okay, so this is due next week, because it's our last homework, and I don't want everything to be due on the last day. So what you're gonna do for this assignment, and then also for the homework, is you'll have one data set. You'll do some analysis. You'll run a regression. You'll do a little screen cap. You'll interpret some of the things, which we did a few weeks ago, just so you don't forget how to do that. You'll write out the equation. You're going to reduce variables if there's correlation issues. And then last part is I wanted you to be able to do the regressions in RStudio. And so I'll show you how to do that, but it's just basically doing everything we've done, all the main things we've done thus far, and then a few more things in RStudio to kind of, that way, like, I think it's useful to have both options because, even if you can use RStudio, there's a chance that you have to do it in Excel or vice versa. Like sometimes if you start a new job, they might not have RStudio, you might have to request it. And it's nice to be able to do it for both options and other things, so. Okay, and then the final exam. Chris is here. The final exam, and they're both the same version, both the same file. One's a Word doc, and one's a PDF. Okay, you are going to basically do a similar analysis with one data set, run some regressions, answer some questions, and we'll go through that. So basically, there's 3 things pending for the rest of your grade, and so that's that. So let's see if I can remind you here, the project. Okay, so again, I broke this into parts, but really the hard deadline is everything's got to be done by May 25th, because that's our last day of class. And that's when we do any presentations, okay? For um,
Somebody's got a hot mic.
yeah, Chris, I'm gonna mute you because,
Oh,
sorry, it's background noise. Okay, then homework 5, which is due next week, and should give you some practice for the final. And then the final, which I made also due May 25th, because that's our last day of class. Now, I could, depending on how much work you all have, this could be pushed a few days, but I just made it for the last day of class because that's our last day. So if you have it now, uh, if you want to get it over with, you can, you have 2 weeks. But um, the project has to be due on the last day so we can do the presentations. And then, yeah, so we got the project, we got the homework 5, and we got the final. And you got about 2 weeks to do all those things, okay? And I don't think the homework of the final will take you too long. You've probably done the bulk of the project, so you should be in good shape there, but just so you have time to prep, and I know you got other classes. And that, and then we got some couple classes to go over things too. So, sounds doable? Okay? All right. So what we'll do today is go over the homework. That is, I designed it to be a prep question or prep homework for the final. And that way you should be able to do the final by following the steps. And the final is just one big question. So I actually think some of the homeworks were longer, but it does have a lot of parts to it. And okay. So shall we start project? Yes. Okay. Homework 5. Shall we start homework 5? Yeah. Okay. Let's start homework 5. Okay. Maybe we'll even get this done in class, and then you can just cross it off your list. So why don't we? What do we do? Okay. So homework number 5. I actually want to open up the Word version because it's easier for me to like go through. Okay, so in summary, before we start this, aside from the homework solutions, I will not be posting any more stuff on Blackboard. Everything is there, and no more new content, I guess. Okay, homework 5. Homework 5, Word doc. Okay, so this will be due next week. We may finish it in the near future, but I know that some of you are viewing the lectures later, so just. So homework 5, practice final. This is going to be due next Saturday via email, just like the normal homeworks when we used to have those. And you can submit just one answer sheet, either Word or PDF, whatever you like to do. And this is 7 points, but should be good prep for the final. Okay. So why don't we refer to data, hedonic, and this is posted here. Okay, there's our Excel file, hedonic. Yeah, it's not a CSV. Homework 5. Whoa,
Can you make it?
yeah. Okay, so this is the document for homework 5. There's a bunch of variables.
Yeah, I'm not busy. Yeah, I can talk.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so hedonic, this is a hedonic housing price model. This contains the following variables. There's a bunch of them, but we're going to narrow it down because some things, as you might guess, will turn out not significant, and we won't have to. We're going to filter those out.
Is Sedona the Sweden, like a city?
No, there. This is a type of. There's like hedonic housing price models. It's like a term.
Like a company that builds houses?
No, it's a type of analysis or type of modeling. I'm not sure why, but there's yeah, it's usually used for housing things or like properties, but I don't know exactly why it's called that. Okay, so we've got P, which is the sales price. That's going to be the Y variable, as we'll see. We've got lot, which is the lot size. And variables you'll interpret or define better later. Style is the building style, like is it, what is it? Ranch, colonial, Victorian. I don't know what else to call it.
You said he's the Y.
P is going to be the Y, sales price. Okay, year built is year B. Size is the living space, I think in square feet. Number of rooms, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. Q1, quality interior conditions, so that probably, oh, see there's like average, above average. So basically like, I realize that's not, yeah, measurement of quality. Okay. Bathroom condition, above average, below average. Year of sale, that's self-explanatory. Then housing code, you won't put that in, but that's just, I think, a reference to like whatever it is. Okay. So, part A. Why don't we get started? And I simplified it here. The results or the what's it called? Exercise on the final is a bit longer, but same steps. So let's part A, run a multiple regression with price as the dependent variable, and the following as explanatory x variables. Okay, and then we will include a screen cap of the regression results. So all we're going to do right now is run a regression with p as the independent variable, p is the dependent variable, lot as one of the x's, and size as the other x. Okay,
You said lot is one X and then size is the other.
correct. Yeah.
So,
Lot's x1, size is x2 for this part. Okay. So if we remember how to do this, we would do, actually, let me save this so I can not lose it. Yeah, save before you lose. Okay.
really quick. So when it's formatted, it doesn't give me that like reflection, data analysis.
It's yeah, I'm not, okay. All right, so let's run a regression. So we'll do data analysis. Okay, we know we're going to do a regression, and we're going to use price as the Y variable, so we're gonna select it in the A column. And it's gonna be shift control down is the A column. So A1 to A115.
Good.
The eight on them is why.
You know, they have glasses. where you-
Yes.
Okay, so we-
Then we put the letter like eight one.
Yeah, yeah.
that doesn't help. But it was-
The control shift.
Shift control down.
No.
Every-
Yes, I do.
What's that? Oh, okay. I don't know. That might be just.
They're normal blind, like what?
Are you still there?
No.
It's,
Yeah, but you got what I got now.
now that I think of it, we are gonna need to, put the two variables we want together first. So let's, remember? So let's X out of this before I make a mistake. And cancel. Yeah. So remember, we need to put in Excel, the variables we want to put an X next to each other. So lot and size need to be adjacent. So why don't we put the things we want to regress on the right side? So I'll copy and paste P, lot, and size over there, and then we'll just have it right handy. So why don't I could do these together since they're A and B, shift control down, like to select the A and B column. Like, okay. Then I'll copy it, and I'll paste it over here, maybe an N, Control V. And then we also want to paste size over there, right? At column E. Oh, I'm looking at this wall. I do?
I did the same concept.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Anyways,
Put size on like.
yeah, so we got, we copied price for P, lot over here and the size, and just make sure that you have the same 115 observations. Yeah, yeah.
Are you good to go? No?
Yeah, so N is X and OP is Y, right?
N is Y, OP is X, O and P are X. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, P is Y. And lot is X1 and size is X2, either one. Okay, so now back to data tab, data analysis, regression. Okay. All right, now let's select the Y range, which is the N column now, P. N1 to N115. And the X range is the other ones.
So
Oh.
you want to order. Oh, I haven't said that.
Okay, then we're gonna select the O and the P column with the titles to be our X range. So just a,
And then X is both.
right,
One.
yeah. And then don't do anything yet because you want to hit labels, but let me just, so Y range should be N1 to N115. And X range should be O1 to P115. So make sure they're the same range, because they gotta be the same number of,
I can choose both of them, right?
yeah, O and P. O and P. Okay?
Right.
All right, so if we got that, we can hit OK. And we get some results. All right, because this is the regression results. Okay, so I'm gonna label this sheet A for part A. But I like to format the decimals first. So why don't we click on this triangle next to A and 1. Home tab, format cells, number, 2 decimals, sorry, number, 2 decimals with the comma.
I did not know that.
Okay. This is a big number, so let's try this.
I
Okay,
I've had nightmares of those.
Oh, you do a name?
I just called it A for part A.
What? I want to have a name.
Hedonic?
Yeah.
I think it was already there, right?
No, you're.
Yeah. Oh, I think you probably just chose the currency option, because for some reason it was the default. Yeah, and then, yeah, whatever you did last, they know. Yeah. And then if you want to do, what's it called? What do I normally do? Format auto fit column width, just to make sure we can see everything. I know. All right, and then if you want to check your results, why don't we just look at the coefficient for lot 13.82 and the coefficient for size 124.75. Okay, so we've done part A, all right? And part A would be include a screen cap of this, right? So we can just copy this here. Control C.
I'm sorry, but I'm shitty with.
Hey, I think you're one way we can get on.
And then we can paste it here. I like to do the paste menu, and then I think the one that looks most usable is the picture one. Otherwise, it cuts it off weird. And okay. Okay. Yeah.
No,
No.
no, it's just broke. This is what I was telling you earlier today. This is a relic now. My computer, so this is the second time it's done this today.
Yeah. Okay. You need help?
No, I'm just.
I see and put the numbers like on the top.
Oh, no, this, I was just, like, those are the two variables you were supposed to use.
Yeah, it's not, it's like computer.
Okay.
It's not loading.
Oh, breaking it.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll have a,
Bagels too. Why don't they stand here? Okay.
Break time.
Don't take it seriously. Let's just get it out. I think myself, for anything. I'm sure it's going to be here. Yeah. That's how I did. We want big.
no, it's great.
I can add more if I, I but it wasn't good, you know. This is the one we were talking about last time. We do that, then without. They push.
Whatever bagels are left, feel free to. take them home. What did you do already? Oh, you wrote the paper already? You can find them to sit, right?
Not really, I did it before my six. Because I know.
Welcome.
Good.
I don't know. It's like blueberry, but
And then the blue, yeah, yeah. And the blue is good.
So how do I send this one to you?
Yeah, we were thinking, find out,
Yeah, Angel County K, that's much load now.
Harry Potter.
You can be a little bit low. So I'll send it to my, what, email or?
email or you could post it in the discussion.
Yeah, I was very sick. I go over my eyes. Because my eye was so red. I was drinking water.
Yeah, are you better now?
Yeah, you can see.
And then later on today, it's gonna be like,
When you dry.
we're doing that. Does everyone? Feel kind of sick?
Well, at least it's not the old COVID days when like, if someone was sick, everybody got sick. Yeah. I don't know.
No, say, hey, no one will say goodbye. You come every single day.
Yeah,
You never give down. You give a big presentation and you were here for the team.
yeah. Okay. All right, Brian, we good?
Sure are.
Okay. All right, part B. Do you remember how to do this? Let's interpret the R square and interpret the coefficients, just the two. And let's assume that price is the sales price of the house in dollars. Lot is the lot size in acres. And then size is the living space in square feet. So those things are known, but why don't we do the R square first? R square is 0.46, correct? Yeah, 0. Oh, so R square equals 0.46. We'll do it like that. Okay, so that's gonna tell us So back from the R squared days, what does that mean?
That means it's good.
46%.
Of,
40%
of what?
of one.
Yeah.
46% of the value is number one, right?
46% of the variation in sales price is explained by this regression, right?
Simple regression.
Yeah, yeah. 46% of the variation in the y variable price, or in this, which is a variable, is explained by this multiple regression. Something like that. Okay, 46% of the variation in price, the y variable, is explained by this multiple regression. Now we need to interpret the coefficients for lot and size. Okay, so I'll just kind of do a little chart here. Let's call this coefficients. Let's call this lot and size. Okay, the coefficient for lot is 13.82, and the coefficient for size is 124.75. Okay. So what does, where's my little arrow thing? What if we know that sales price is the price of the house in dollars, and lot is the size in acres? What does the 13.82 mean for lot? Assuming it's significant, yeah. It's under insert tab, symbol, yeah.
Go all, like, where you- all.
Okay, so the coefficient for lot, 13.82. How do we interpret that? Remember these? So it's this is the effect of x changing by 1 on y, right? So the coefficients, put it in here, the effect on y if x changes by 1 unit, right? Okay. So that means if lot changes by 1 unit, that's the effect on price. So we would say if the lot, if the size of the lot or increases by 1 unit, and what's 1 unit here? 1 acre. Okay, then the expected effect would be that the price of the house would increase by, that doesn't sound like enough. $13.82. I mean, $13? That can't be right. Um, let's see. I think that's not acres. That looks like a lot of acres. Uh, lot. 1 second. Square feet. Okay. So that's what I messed up. Okay. And then size is also married.
The final example is similar to this one.
Yeah.
Can we have both? How many people want to give Excel? Let me show you. What? Let's have both. An example.
No.
Why would we do that?
So, you know,
One for two and one for three.
That's our other plan. I'm just saying.
Lot is in square feet. What would size be in? What does that look like? Like, oh, I get it. Sorry, this is the square feet of the house, and this is the square feet of the whole lot.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so let's redefine here. Sorry about that. Nothing's changed except for the interpretation. Right? We don't have to do anything different. Yeah, the only thing we have to change is the price is the sales price in dollars. This is the lot size in square feet. And this is the living space in square feet. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay, so just make that one correction. Nothing else has to change, but it now makes sense. So lot is the lot size of the whole lot, including the backyard and stuff. Yes, that's correct. Okay?
Money out here in California.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, $13 an acre did not seem right. Yeah, but a square foot, 13, that's a lot per square, yeah. Okay, so did we get that changed? All right. So the only thing is in there are assumptions. The lot size is the lot size in square feet, and the size is the living space in square feet. So lot is the whole property, living space is just the house. Right? And so the only change was here, the 13.82 now means if the size of the lot increases by one square foot, then the expected effect would be that the price of the house would increase by $13.18. So each square foot of the lot increases the housing price by about $14, right?
That might be good.
Now, the living space increases a lot more because it's the actual home. So dirt is less valuable than house, I guess.
That's my point.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right, this does seem way too cheap. Certainly a lot size is worth more than. Okay, Noble, did you get it, the change? No? Okay, this part? So remember, this is just what we did before, but the only difference is it's a different variable. So we know that we're trying to estimate the effect of lot on price, right? And we know that this coefficient tells us if the lot variable goes up by 1, the coefficient's the effect on price. So if the lot variable increases by 1 square foot, then the effect on housing prices would be it goes up by this much in dollars. All right? Okay, and then maybe we can do the next one, and you can see the difference. So what would if this is the living space in square feet variable, how would you interpret that? Right, right. Okay. So if the living space of the house increases by 1 square foot, the estimated, just to use something different than expected, effect would be that the price of the house would increase by $124.75. Okay, so in summary, this one you could rephrase if you wanted to, just to make it simpler, as each square foot of lot space is worth $13.82. That's cheap. And then each square foot of living space is worth this much. Each square foot of living space is worth in the market to 124.75. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. We good on this part? All right. So there'll be a bunch of variables to interpret on the final like this, but different variables. All right. So part C. Write out the multiple regression equation with the estimated coefficients from Excel. And then we'll plug in some values for X and then report the estimated Y. So we just need to use these coefficients, including the intercept, to write out the equation. And then let's say like if the lot size is this and the living space is this, what would the house price be? Okay? So let's first start with the equation. Price equals the intercept negative 3639.73. A weird intercept, but okay, and then plus 13.82 times lot. Okay, and then plus 124.75 times size. Right? So all we did was plug in the coefficients into the normal equation. So just to kind of start one step further in case we need a refresh, before we did the results, the general equation was price equals some intercept, we'll call it like V0 plus B1 times X1, or in this case, that was lot, and then plus B2 times size. Okay, so we're estimating a function of lot and size affecting price, where B0 is the intercept, B1 is the effect of lot on price, and B2 is the effect of size on price. And we got the results. We found that beta 0 is negative 3,639.73. Beta B1 is 13.82, and B2 is 124.75. Okay, so that's the equation, this part here. Now, why don't we plug in a couple things for lot and size and see what the price would be expected? Like, let's say that lot equals how many square feet? So a lot's, let's say it equals about 5,000 square feet. Seems big, but okay. And let's say that the living space is 2,500 square feet. Okay, then we can plug those numbers in here and estimate what the price of the house may be. Okay, so we'd get an estimated price equals this equation. And instead of lot, we're going to plug in 5,000. And we're going to plug in 2,500 for size. And that would tell us the estimated price of a house that has 500 square feet of lot space and 2,500 square feet of living space. And I don't have my calculator with me. Is there a calculator feature? Here we go. So we know that negative, watch for that. Let's do it the other way. I'm just gonna estimate this in Excel because I don't have my calculator. Okay. Come on. Yeah? Okay, good. Probably get the same thing. We'll see. Yeah? That what we got? Uh, yeah, 377, 335.27. Okay. So this house is in like North Dakota. A mistake?
It was minus, it was minus 3,639.73,
Yeah,
and then it was plus.
plus 13.82 times 5,000. Yeah, it's like $1 million an acre here.
Oh, you're right.
Which is insane. But okay, so this is our from this equation. This would be our estimated price. You got it?
Yeah, I missed on the intercept.
Yeah, the intercept is it was weird negative, right? Okay. All right. So that's part D. So on the final exam, you're gonna write out a little bit bigger equation, and then I think I give you the things to plug in. So all I'm gonna do is plug them in and say this is what the y variable is. Okay. Part, everybody good so far? Part D. In Excel, let's reduce the model even further, our favorite part, by omitting variables if multicollinearity is an issue. And then if we reduce the model further, we'll include a screen cap of the final result and then the correlation matrix. So we want to eliminate any two x variables that are highly correlated. In this case, there's only two, so we have to check if they're correlated, which they could be because they're both measuring square feet, which is likely to be some correlation, right? So let's go back to Excel. And so remember, what do we do next? Remember how to do this part? Check for correlations, right? So we're going to do data, and I'm back on the original spreadsheet, data analysis, uh, correlation, Okay? And our input range, I think we can just choose lot and size together like this. And then labels, yeah, lot and size. You gotta have two to have a correlation. Oh, where's it? Okay, so input range for correlation is O1 to P115, and make sure you hit labels in first row and hit OK. So there's our correlation. 0. That's not bad. We can just, yeah. So we can just move on. But remember, as a rule of thumb, I gave you a rule of thumb before. 70, yeah.
Oh, 79.
Was it 79? I'll go back and check, because I,
79, 79.
You said 79 after 79?
No. I said 75, but, oh, you can do 79.
I think it was 75, right? 75?
79. I think we have to get the right.
Yeah, let's see what I put on my, I don't remember which one it was. This one? Maybe this one? I don't think I wrote it. I wrote it. Oh, here we go. This is what, yeah. Any correlation in absolute value between 0.75 and 0.9. Look at the scatter plot and decide if the correlation is too strong. And then when removing an x variable due to multicollinearity, remove the one with the lowest t-stat.
0.75 and
Yeah, so here's, oh, here are the steps. I'll copy these for you. Where are we? Homework 5. So if you want to just follow these steps for the final, you could do so. Uh-oh. I lost something.
More Vicks. More Vicks.
Uh-oh.
Coffee.
What's, where's the, like, undo button? Look at it. I don't know why this,
your old days, the teachers.
there we go.
They appreciate people coming to school. These days, they don't appreciate you.
Share? What do you, what?
So right now we're playing charades. I have no idea what.
What I'm saying, the old days, both teacher and students, they should appreciate their classmates and students come to class, attend class. These days, they don't, they appreciate very much, don't come to school, don't come to class.
Don't come to class when you're sick. Everybody else sick. That's why.
Okay, so, yeah, the steps. So before, just to revisit, because we,
What homework? Or what did you-
That was on homework 3.
I think it was on homework 3, but I copied and pasted it here. So steps are look at the correlation matrix. Any correlations that are greater than 0.9 in absolute value. Multicollinearity is an issue, and one of these variables needs to be removed. Okay. Any correlations in absolute value between 0.75 to 0.9. Look at the scatter plot and decide if the correlation is too strong. And if you're going to remove another one due to multicollinearity, remove the one with the lowest t-stat in absolute value. Okay?
Because it's below 0.75, we don't need to remove it.
Correct. So we have a scatter plot matrix. The correlation is 0.58, which is below the threshold, so we don't have to remove anything.
See, it started.
Busy.
I have homework 3, but the steps, I'll go back to the actual homework.
Yeah,
Because what I turned in, I took out that.
Well, it's not just that, but so look at the homework 3 solution.
oh yeah, it's in my solutions.
The instructor, not yours, Brian.
Yeah, in my solutions, sorry.
Okay.
So all we have to do is include,
So with there being nothing to remove there, will we just put no significant correlation remove, or what would we put in there?
well, see, it says include a screen cap of the regression results, which would be the same as
Okay.
before, and the final correlation matrix. So at least we can put that in, right? So we can say that the scatter plot is the same, or that the regression results are the same. From part A. And then let's also put, let's just copy and paste the correlation matrix, this one, to confirm why you didn't take one out. Paste it like a picture. There we go.
I get sick.
Okay, let me save this to wherever I was supposed to save it, just so.
Regression results are the same from part.
Yes.
Okay, I see you're about to go on art in the studio, so let's take a break before we go into that.
Sure, yeah, okay. All right,
Close it out last time and this is.
so part E involves RStudio. You wanna take a break? All right, we're gonna take a 5 or so minute break.
Can you start?
Well, we gotta finish this one first.
Basically, so I got a question here. Last week we were.
Yep, correct.
Did all this stuff and then at some point, I don't know if it- so how do I save? I redid it, so now I've got it all here, but I haven't closed it.
Oh, okay.
So how do I save this stuff so I don't lose? I need to send all this. to
Yeah, well, you can't save the panel part, but it saves all the commands for you. So
Okay.
that's the thing. You can't save. But you can save, if you were to close it, all the things you did are right there.
Yeah, I saw that.
You can double click.
Okay.
You can't save the console.
Like the plots or anything.
It'll
Alright.
save the data for you.
If we're about to start all this, can I just continue?
Yeah.
Just continue down here and do whatever we're about to do and then go back and look?
Dr. Hoffman.
Yeah.
Last time when I went go, I have done the whole, not already. The idea is the one we did, and you helped me do it, right? And the result, we got a graph. With same result, I've done it again, each time it is different graph. With little bit different numbers. Why is that? No, I copy and paste the same thing.
But the data set might go a little bit.
Same thing. It's the one, the one we copy and paste for you,
Yeah.
same thing I did, I copy, I need to again, because I was in the paper. Like I don't want to write, right? So, I don't know, I think.
Just use the one you hit the first.
Yeah, I use hard copy, the second example.
I don't know.
The font was a little bit different, I mean, it was very close. It is. Weeks, you have to give me all the time.
They can write stuff.
Fine like that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just tell me, just send me emails, say when you wanna. How was our this morning? At 11?
Okay. I go.
Yeah.
What was that brewery you mentioned? Stone something?
Old stuff?
Old Stone, there you go.
Old stuff, yeah.
Old Stone.
Like old free stuff.
There you go.
Oh, old stuff.
Stump, yeah.
I'm like, Cold Stone is ice cream. Firestone is the only brewery I know of.
Yeah.
so.
I can't have ice cream anymore, but I can have beer. Too much dairy isn't, once you get old enough, yeah.
Yeah,
I can't handle ice cream. It just ruins me. And it's good, I like it, but unfortunately.
You guys are
Ready?
right. Let's do this.
Okay. So let's now do a little regression with the same data set in our studio. Let's run a multiple regression with sales price P as the dependent Y variable and the following as explanatory variables. There's 9 of them. And then let's reduce the model by taking out variables that are not significant and then include a result of the final. Now it's a lot easier to do this in our studio because you can kind of just change the code and hit run, as opposed to doing like move the stuff around in Excel. So it'll be an easier step than before, but I've already done this on the final one, but I want to just let me do it real quick because I want to make sure that
you got it.
I want to make sure that the variables that are binary don't mess up. You know what I mean? Like the average and yeah, so let me just do this. Okay, so let's. What do we do? I'm gonna file, or actually, what I'm gonna do, start with the original. Uh, 1.5. This one.
I'm gonna be tactical this time. Wait till the very last minute to do everything. We see how that works out. Procrastinating. This,
Yes.
and a mask. I'm not joking, dude. If I get sick, I'm gonna find where you live. I'm gonna kill them on the lawn. I swear to God, dude. Call the cops. I don't give a shit.
God bless.
So probably be like, oh, Brian don't care. Brian got sick. Yep. Okay.
Okay, where's the,
Swear they can. So. or do we go?
Yeah. I've got some items over there.
Okay.
Ever heard of pop painting? You know what that is? You pop paint a toilet?
No, oh, yeah, yeah,
You take a poop.
in the
pop
top
toilet,
instead
so
of the bottom.
The toilet, shit on that. So like, you can't get it out before, like, you know, you lift the.
Can't clean the back of the thing, where the water was off.
So you it's. I've never done.
I've heard of people.
I've heard visual that.
Yeah.
This is all being recorded too, this is like.
No one can really hear over there. I don't think.
You always reading Carl students.
Military, like a military relationship. More hate than the latter, and it was in a porta potty. And I didn't tip it over. You know how like they have like the vents?
Yep.
Only taken off. It's like a big rock and I threw it in there and splashed them.
You were nice. We used to throw the MRE heaters in there with the water. All made of it. And so they would.
So,
What?
yeah, so.
There's a little squeaky.
So they have, we got creative. So in MRE, so a mill rate in MRE, we have.
Yeah.
Water, so it's just got these little, like, 3 little pads, we pour water, and it's a chemical reaction. Your food, because they come in chemicals like that. But if you tie it up, like you can weigh it down and tie it up, and then over a few minutes, it'll keep expanding, and then split.
We dropped them in the bed.
Okay, 1 second. I'll just.
No. Yeah, yeah. It is, yeah, it's just a flashback a little bit. Yeah, just a flashback, but it was. Right?
Like a really high concentrate version. So the doors, we would stick little like paper with a latch, so we can push the door open. Then we would turn the air conditioners on and spray the vent with the OC and then close the door. So when these people came back, like when the cars came back and it was 115 degrees, they turned the air conditioner off and all the OC would shoot out.
Never did that one. Never did that one.
Spray it
Something's
on the
not
door
making
handles.
That's just bored out there in the field, like there's nothing to do, and so you're waiting for like the scenarios to kick off, and so, yeah, you end up getting creative, the people that didn't play ball.
But everyone, like now that's.
Now you would like get, oh, yeah.
We were close to it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Everyone was, you know. Oh, yeah, cause my friend. We were like, I don't know, screensaver, and we like float around the word. And
Okay, let me see if this holds.
Fix it. and like. Another part, portion of the land, visiting us, and I was like, do you, and like people saw it, like everyone was made, like here, and they walked away. Yeah, you know, now it would not.
Yeah.
But like, it's in good fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that, I still remember his name, his name was Feldman, that was his last name. So when he went on leave, he had to wear all of the gear, and it's 115 in shape. And they would, someone spray this OC stuff on his helmet.
Oh, God.
Makes me proud of the hell out of your skin.
Yeah. It's the right control. Someone sprayed it in his helmet. You sit there and you just scoot away and you laugh.
Normal response.
Okay, it worked. Yeah. All right. So it's actually giving it.
This, you know, it didn't really.
It's recording, but no one can hear anything but me. Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do is import the original data set into RStudio, and then run a little regression, and then reduce it because, as you can see, there's the original two variables are the only ones that should be significant after you do it, and so we can reduce it back to the original. So
So the original data, if we moving, we're not gonna move the X and Y's back to their original spot, are we?
you're gonna start with the original data set from Blackboard again. Yeah. So the one you've already modified and stuff, put that one aside. Let's go back to homework 5 on Blackboard. Download Hedonic, and then make sure it's saved somewhere. Yeah, Hedonic Excel. Put it on your desktop or put it. Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff that we got away with, but not.
Yeah, said you got it out in 09, right? 19, okay, yeah, I got it out in 09.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody downloaded a separate Hedonic, unmodified, and saved it somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So now open up RStudio. Okay, then file, import data set from Excel. Okay, I said file, import data set from Excel. It's like a little drop-down menu.
Is that with reader though?
Oh, I didn't, because I just did something. Yeah. I had to do it first. No, you're gonna leave that because this one has names. Okay, so file, import data set from Excel. And then you're gonna browse, and you're gonna find the one you just downloaded, right? Yeah, you're gonna choose hedonic, or whatever it's called, open it, and then leave everything as default, and hit import. Okay, and you should see that you've got the same variables up here. Price, lot, style, year build, size, room, bed, bath, Q1, Q2, year S, and ID. And
I said my, the one has a two.
I just save it again. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I have the same file saved like 12 times, all around my computer.
Okay.
Sent my mom a card.
Do the gift card.
No, just a card. Of course, I sent it just before class, so it won't be there. Unless,
Same thing where you like, you live in another state?
no, my parents live in like a little in central California, Monterey County, Monterey area. So, oh,
Monterey, Monterey?
Salinas, technically. Salinas, that's where I'm from, yeah.
Monterey.
It's nice. It's never really that warm, but, it's kind of like, yeah, always overcast, but never too cold. Oh, Fort Ord? Oh, yeah, Hunter Liggett, yeah.
And we would go down there and we'd San Diego graduate school.
Yeah, yeah.
And that place is cool as hell. Like, we're like the 12th floor, the 13th floor. But really, like, all the rooms were named after like four-star admirals. Or like, we had one-star admiral, we had this size room. But the thing about, they were really cheap. They were like the room were.
Yeah.
They're really big, so like Victorian stuff, they're like very airy, drapes, but that place was just like super haunted. It's been on TV.
Yeah, I've been there. I haven't been in that building, but,
Alright.
yeah. Okay, so Noble, you got it? Okay, now we're gonna run a big regression with these variables that we want to,
Is this an original data set?
yeah. Okay, so we need to include these variables, right? Lot, style, year, size, room, bed, bath, Q1 and Q2, okay? So the way you run a regression in our studio is you set it up kind of like this. So there's gonna start typing reg, and you're gonna, like, I'd recommend labeling this one like reg1. That way, if you do another one, you can call it reg2 or something else. So call it reg1 and then equals with the spaces. Oh, sorry, it's way over there in the corner. Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, reg1 and then equals LM parentheses. Okay, and then in the parentheses, you're gonna type your y variable exactly as it is up here, p, and then space, and then you have to put this specific, everything p, yeah, that's the price. It knows this is p,
Yeah.
All-
As P or P as one, two.
just p, yeah, just p. Okay, and then you have to put this little squiggly, I don't know what you call it. Yeah, it's like, on the keyboard, it's like next to the one and the shift to the other one, like this thing. This one, but is it a tilde? I don't know what see what I mean? Yeah, yeah, the wave, yeah, the wave. Can you find it?
No, that's how I'm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, tilde.
So it's the spaces, so, and then there's a space after that.
There's a space. Yeah, and then we're gonna start typing in the,
You know, I'm doing that. Okay, then space.
a P, a space.
You want to. You know, I'm not minus
No, it's a tilde. Yeah, it's just, it looks,
space.
a space. Okay, and then we're gonna start typing in the variables that we want to be in the X part, okay? So I'll just pull this up as a reference here, but we wanna type in lot, style, year built, size, room, bed, bath, Q1 and Q2, okay?
Just any spaces,
So
lot space.
like, lot, and then space plus, sorry, plus sign. Okay, so we're specifying the regression, plus, and then, did we want style? We did, right? Style. Okay, and then plus, uh, year built, or year underscore B. And if you get an error, no big deal, you can just type it again. You're gonna get errors in our
Underscore B.
underscore B, just like this one. And then plus size, and then plus room, and then plus, I'm just typing in the variables we want, bed, and then plus bath, and then plus Q1, and then plus Q2, and I think that's the 9, let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're not gonna put in year sold or ID, so don't include those, and then you still have to reference the data set. So you need to put, after all the variables, comma, space, data, in like lowercase, equals the exact name of the data set. So it's hedonic for me. Hedonic. Okay? So that's the form. And before I hit enter, just kind of take a look and make sure whatever your data name is, that's exactly what you say there. Because if it doesn't know where the data is from, it can't do it.
And then it would just.
You put comma, you two.
Yep, yeah, so it's like reg1 equals LM for linear model, parentheses, P for the Y variable, then a little tilde, then all the variables added together, and then comma space data equals the data name. And then
Space data.
data,
Data.
yeah, data equals,
Space.
no, that one doesn't, it doesn't matter. Data knows equals hedonic, the name of your data set. This,
Oh. Any capital letter or anything?
whatever yours says. See how mine, see the,
Capital letter.
what does it say up here? Yeah, whatever you named it.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, this, see up here? Right there? Where am I? Where the mouth? This one here. So the good news is if,
Space two.
yeah,
So I do have a question. Is something auto-populated?
that's good. That's good.
Okay, yeah, when I was typing hedonic,
Yeah, it knows what you want to, yeah.
right, because it was like C underscore one underscore four. I didn't, I just put one on it and I did all.
I don't know, try it and see if it
So
works.
they're auto-populated.
You might want to,
I haven't said, I have not hit enter yet. I'm going to.
not a big deal.
All I did was name it.
So, here.
There we go.
Let's see if I can.
Down to you.
I think the data name is Dragonic underscore two, right? No,
No. Five, eight.
that's what you did, right? Dragonic underscore two underscore.
You run that school.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't think it can use parentheses. Underscore. And then
Let's go.
I think we got underscore.
Wait, right?
Underscore?
Again.
Yeah, right? And then you try it now? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I think it's like, it's two. Look,
it don't, yeah, if you save it like a weird name, it's good. It's probably something else,
like what?
like Dragonic.
Something simple.
Could I do, could I get that, whatever?
Yeah, well, if it has parentheses, it's like. So just delete those.
So, because I forgot the year.
And one more. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Import data.
It's still not playing.
That year.
Actually, somehow,
Okay, now
yeah, so that looks like.
click on the history tab. And then just change the Dragonic part. Backspace, backspace. Okay.
Base?
Oh, you spell it wrong? Yeah.
Base.
So, no, it's spelled it as Ergon.
API.
Like, so, backspace. Like that. This is where it has to go. Okay, backspace. And now try it. It's on H, Apple,
Base.
no space.
Yeah.
Apple,
AG.
ONIC.
Oh.
Yeah, click on that. There you go, that parentheses. That's
It's basically here. Maybe. Space.
let me see if I can. They're just some of the things, but if you have capitals, it has to be exactly the variables. No, let's keep doing it, but you're right.
So it keeps giving me the error. Like I tried 3 times, I did, now the last one, it says unexpected error symbol in grade 1.
Okay. Here, let me see if mine works, actually. Okay, it did. What? Yeah, as long as it doesn't give you an error, it should work. Oh, so yours I can throw in again?
What? I think you got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, maybe.
Okay. Now everybody's got the results, now we just gotta get the results. So to get the results, it's easy. Just type in summary. And then in the argument, in the parentheses, reference the regression, which is reg 1. So summary, reg 1. Enter. And it should give you the regression results right there. Yep. So it tells you the formula. Tells you the formula, the estimates, the
They're significant.
yeah, and you can exactly, yeah. But you can see that so like the things that were binary, like average or above average, it set that up for you, where it just made like a separate average and below average binary for you. So you didn't have to, make ones and zeros. So everything has been run. Okay, did that work? Yeah? Noble?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can go through and see that here's our equation. Here's our estimates, t-values. The stars are significant. The r squared is 0.4033. And the goal was to reduce it to only significant variables. So we can just kind of look through, if there was something like on the fringe, like a 1.5 t-stat, we might want to include that one and run it again, but it looks like lots significant. This is a 0.9, 0.2. So we can probably just run it again with lot and size because it looks like everything else is not significant, right? Bed?
Yeah.
Bed is a t-stat of 0.3. No, good is 2.
Yeah,
Uh, Well, room and bed are both like really, yeah. See, we're looking at the t value, and the t value has to be at least 2 to keep it, right? Remember?
right.
And since most of these are like 0.0 or point whatever, yeah. And see the stars. The stars tell you which ones are significant, so you don't even have to look. Yeah. Yeah, nice, right? Nice touch. Yeah. So since we want to keep only the ones that are significant and run it again, We're gonna run it again with only lot and size, right? Okay. So, what you can do is just, if you go to the history section up here and double click on the last reg 1 you did. Okay, and let's call this one reg 2. Just, yeah,
You could do history.
yeah, history up here. And then double click on one of those commands, reg 1. All right, and then it'll pop up in the console. And then you can modify it based on what you want to do now. So I'm going to call this one reg 2 because we're doing it a second time. Then we're going to take out everything except lot and size, right? So that means let's delete. You can see I'm just going through and like deleting things. Yeah. Those are gone. Yeah. So only lot and size. So if you look at your reduced equation, it should be reg 2 or something other than reg 1 equals LMP squiggly. Uh, is it a tilde? It's not a tilde, right? Yeah. Lot plus size, and then data is your data name.
But you lot.
You keep lot and size, yeah. Okay, and then
I think it's okay.
it worked? Yeah, if you don't get any errors, it worked. And then you would do summary, reg 2. Yeah, and then it's gonna give you the summary of just the reduced part, and you should see that both lot and size are significant, and you should get the same estimate you got from Excel. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Okay, got it? Double?
Summary. Reg.
Yep,
Reg 2.
reg 2. Summary reg 2. Well, okay, so do reg 1 because you call it reg 1 again. This is reg 1. Just do summary reg 1 because.
Tilde, T-I-L-D-E.
I know, but right there, you did reg 1. There.
Okay.
Because you renamed reg 1.
Reg.
Yeah, and so whichever previous one you named, reg 1 is gonna know that, that's the most recent. So do it, you can do that way. But then you should know if
You always get the reg 2.
yeah, I know, but you don't have a reg 1.
Then I changed reg 1.
But look at this one, and you should get the same number as Excel.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the.
Should I do the original, Android? check that. Good. Now look at the original.
Oh, well, the one we had just along the sides. Okay. All right, so only thing we have to do for this part in the homework, which we're almost done with, is, okay, so part E. In our studio, run a multiple regression with sales price P as the dependent variable Y, and the following is X, which we already did, these ones here. And then reduce the model by omitting the variables that were not significant. We did that. And then include a screen cap of the results for the significant variables only. So all you have to do is take a little picture of this section right here and put that in the homework. So let's do like snipping tool. You could, actually, you could copy and paste this, but I'm not sure how it might come up weird in Excel, Word. So let's try it and see. Oh yeah, that could be this one. Yeah, it looks fine. Maybe I'll even put a little border around it. There we go. That's nice. I just selected it and then home tab. There's like a little borders, outside border.
And it,
By holding the breath with them.
the diamond salad.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
You can just copy and paste it from the console. Tilde.
Labeled.
Tilde? Oh, thank you. It is a tilde.
If we have, if we have 20 minutes.
Uh,
Class, I think we should rearrange that.
We've been getting that.
Like stack them on each other.
That's what whoever comes in now.
Yeah, or how about we can build like a little maze, kind of. Okay, it's in.
Have chairs facing that
That was
way.
it.
So we put all the chairs on the opposite side. No one would notice, and then.
Yeah, Lisa does, because it says, do not move desks. It doesn't say anything about the chairs. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they set it up like this, because
Neither do I.
the only person they can see is the seat right there that no one ever sits in. Like that, no one can see that. No one can see this. All right, so we've done the homework, right? Let's just go through real quick. That was the homework, so you can submit this via email. Just the Word document. You've got part A, the screen cap from Excel, the original one. Part B, interpret the R squared and the two coefficients. Noticing that lot size is square feet and living space is also square feet. Part C was to write out the equation and then plug in something or 5,000 square feet in 2,500 square feet and find the estimated price of the house. Part D is to run the correlation matrix, and there wasn't any issues with correlation, but you can put in the final correlation matrix for confirmation. And then part E, run the whole model in RStudio, reduce it back to the significant only, which is the original, lot and size, and then put a screen cap like this. Okay?
This final exam, if you will ask us to write down,
If I'm gonna ask you for which? This part? All you have to do is use this as a reference. And then type in so you're gonna say reg 1 or reg 2 equals LM, that's your dependent variable. Yeah, just use, it's the same thing, except change the variable names. Yeah. But it seems like the data name is the big issue for errors, so make sure that whatever this says, that says. And I couldn't recommend more of having a very simple data set name because it's just easier to reference. Okay, so that's due next week if you have it. It's in now? It's in now? Yeah. Okay, so the paper is due next week, right?
Is it?
It's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's you could take a few more days if you need, but just note that everything's due in 2 weeks, so kind of space yourselves. All right?
Paper presentation for the class for this.
Okay. All right. And then we will talk about the final more next week. Yeah? Okay. So who's left? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. Jordan, Michael, Rashid, Shamsa, any questions before we wrap it up?
No.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's stop, or let's just.
Oh my God, everybody champion.